You are about to engage in the guidebook unit Shutting Out the Sky. You will be reading the nonfiction stories of people who came to the United States during the 1800s from many other countries. The purpose of this video is to understand how immigrants maintained their identity but also added to and shaped American culture. Understanding the cultural identity of immigrants will help you to understand important ideas as you engage in the guidebook text Shutting Out the Sky. Be sure you have your handout and something to write with for the video. What does it mean to be American? Our country is a nation of immigrants. People have come from all over the world to settle in the United States. As a result, we are a mix of languages, skin colors, food, music, religions, and beliefs. All of these diverse characteristics make up our American culture. What is culture? Culture refers to the characteristics or traits of a particular group of people. Culture is defined by the language, religion, food, music, art, holidays, clothes, and values of a group of people. When immigrants came to America, they kept some aspects of their home culture while also adding to a rich American culture. The United States is one of the largest but youngest countries in the world, made up of the greatest mix of people. So American culture can be hard to define. But two values are at the center of American culture: equality and independence. Let's look more closely at these two very important values. The U.S. Declaration of Independence declares all men are created equally. This country was founded on the idea that all people should have the same or equal opportunities. This idea of equality is called the American dream. Many early immigrants moved to America to follow the American dream. They believed that if you worked hard, you could make a better life for yourself. Americans are also very proud of their independence, or freedom to make their own decisions. The American Revolution in 1776 allowed the United States to break free from England. Taking charge of our independence and destiny as a nation became a value that is rooted in our American identity. You may notice that Americans celebrate people who can take care of themselves and work hard to achieve a goal. Now you are ready to think about what culture means. Name 4 characteristics that help you define culture. Pause this video to record your answers on your handout at the first stop sign. Then hit play when you are ready to continue. You should have noted that culture can be characterized by language, religion, food, music, art, holidays, and values. A melting pot is often used as a symbol to represent Americans' identity or diversity. A symbol is an object that represents or stands for something. A melting pot is used for melting and mixing metals and chemicals, in the same way that a stew pot or a kettle pot would be used for combining ingredients to make soup. Just as these ingredients are mixed up to form something new, groups of immigrants from various countries mixed the cultures they came from to develop the American culture. When immigrants came to the United States, they kept some of their traditions, let go of others, and adopted some from people of other countries. The qualities, values, and traditions of the various groups of people that make up America's special nature of culture is just as different as the vegetables might make up a soup. Now you are ready to demonstrate your understanding of symbolism. In your own words, describe how a melting pot or stew pot acts as a symbol of American culture. Pause this video to record your answer on your handout at the second stop sign. Then hit play when you are ready to continue. You might have noted that soup is made up of distinct ingredients with their own flavor. When the ingredients come together in a soup or stew, they make something better than each of them individually. Like ingredients in a stew or metals in a melting pot, American culture is made up of immigrants from different nations and their own distinct cultures that overlap and mix together, making the unique and wonderful American culture. It can be challenging for a person of one culture to be confronted with a new culture. Everything is new, from the language to the food to the customs. Immigrants in the 1800s often felt homesick and out of place moving here. This feeling of fear or discomfort is called culture shock. New immigrants in the 1800s often felt caught between their home culture and American culture. They wanted to honor their traditions while also learning to be American. To cope with culture shock, many grouped together, forming neighborhoods with people from the same country. Even today, you can find places like Chinatown and Little Italy and many large American cities. Newcomers also continued celebrating their religious holidays and cooked traditional foods such as pierogi, a Polish pasta filled with potatoes, and goulash, a Hungarian stew. During the 1800s, immigrants were also anxious to make a fresh start by trying to act more American. This is called assimilation, the process by which one group's of culture becomes more like another group's culture. One way early immigrants did this was by changing their names to sound more American. Some immigrants felt their foreign names might be too difficult to pronounce or spell, making it hard to fit in. Of course, learning to speak English helped with assimilation. Programs through the YMCA and other organizations offered English language classes to immigrants. Dressing in American-styled clothes and taking up American hobbies like baseball helped foreign-born people feel more a part of the American culture. Now you are ready to demonstrate your understanding of assimilation. Read through the options in the box on your handout and circle 4 ways that immigrants attempted to assimilate in the 1800s. Pause this video to record your answers at the 3rd stop sign. Then hit play when you are ready to continue. Some ways that early immigrants to the United States tried to assimilate were by learning to speak English, taking up American hobbies like baseball, dressing in American-styled clothing, and changing their names to sound more American. In this video, you learned how immigrants to the United States in the 1800s kept some of their traditions while assimilating into American culture. Knowing how American culture has developed will help you to understand the experiences of the immigrants whose stories were told in the guidebook unit, Shutting Out the Sky. When you finish this video, be sure to turn in your completed handout to your teacher.